Welcome back to Collected Works. We just wrapped up with the final Oasis album as we've been looking into their discography today with my guests for the evening.
They Puderbaugh.
And hey, AJ Ward, once again.
And so now that we have completed the discography, let's look at some final thoughts. You were mentioning Noel Gallagher's solo work and post Oasis work.
Post Oasis work. Both guys have had, I think, very solid post Oasis careers. Noel, the best album pretty much any of them made, it was Noel Gallagher's first solo record, which some of the songs are like unfinished Oasis tunes, which is why it's that good. Like Stop the Clocks, there's like literally like 5 different versions of like that are sung by like Liam, like throughout that you can find online.
That's right.
Yeah, so like that's probably the best one they've put out. Holy Mountain by Noel was a great record. But like Liam's couple of albums have been very like they're solid. Like they're just solid rock albums.
Yeah.
Wall of Glass is an excellent song and it's probably the best one he's put out. They just earlier this year put out the Liam Gallagher John Squire record, which is John Squire of the Stone Roses. So the story of this is when they played their big shows at Nebworth in '97. John Squire of the Stone Roses came out on stage and played with them, and Liam and Noel basically do the "We Are Not Worthy" thing. And Noel, they both love the Stone Roses to death because they're from Manchester, so of course they do. And they had tried for years, like, we need to do an Oasis Stone Roses show at some point, and it just obviously never materialized. But they ended up hooking up. This is more of a Stone Roses record because John wrote all the songs as he did with the Stone Roses, but it's John Squire's guitar playing with Liam Gallagher's iconic singing over top of it. So it's a really good album.
I enjoyed the single. I listened to some of the album, but I really enjoyed the single
Yeah.
that they put out ahead of time. Very psychedelic.
Yes.
One of Liam's strengths is his collaborative abilities,
Yeah.
and that's what he's able. He's very flexible.
He knows his strengths, and songwriting is not one of them.
Yeah.
Which is why like his solo records are also collaborative works. Like there's like a song like that's co-written by Dave Grohl's on one of them.
Yeah.
Greg Kurstin, who's super producer of the Stars, like produced a lot of it and helped co-write a lot of them. So that's why those records are like pretty solid.
I'm gonna have to check that out because Greg Kurstin's like one of my favorite producers. And I didn't know he'd done that, so I would have to check that out. But overall, what do you guys think the odds are of an Oasis?
It'll happen. As we like to like, everyone gets back together eventually. In some form. What form of the band it will be, I don't know.
Yeah. Who knows what shape it'll be in?
Yeah, like who knows how long it'll be, how long it'll last, but eventually everyone does one.
How old do you think that the guys are gonna be before they finally like?
I think they'll headline Glastonbury within the next 5 years.
You think they're gonna come back together like that?
Mm.
But what if, like their idols, the Beatles, they don't?
It'll be weird. It's more weird because they're brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even
family.
the Kinks got back together over time, and Ray and Dave notoriously kind of hated each other.
They go back and forth. They're like
Yeah,
every other year they're like, "Oh, I hate my brother. Never been able to stand him. Oh, I love my brother. He's just such a great musician."
That's how Liam and Noel are. Like exactly.
Yeah.
It's like one week they're both wankers, and then the other it's like, well, we have to like have family dinners sometimes.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's a very New York energy.
Yeah.
Manchester is the New York City of.
Have you seen them in any shape or form? The Gallagher brothers.
I have not. A friend of mine in high school invited me to see the High Flying Birds, but I just didn't have any scratch for a ticket.
And we almost went to see the High Flying Birds last year, and then we didn't.
So I've seen all 3 of them. I saw Liam do an after show at Lollapalooza a couple years back before he played Lollapalooza, and it's the only time I've ever actually seen a walk off of a band during a thing. So I have a couple of good Oasis things. Like I got to see Liam walk off stage three songs in. I've seen Noel Gallagher twice solo. The first time when he came through at Kemba Live, or promo-wise, whatever it was at the time.
The Lifestyle Communities.
Lifestyle. Actually, I think it was the LC at the time. He played Columbus, and it was like 4 of us were like second or third row because they had seats down in the pit. And we decided we were going to do, we were a little drunk probably, and we decided we were going to do like European style chants throughout the show, which very much amused Noel Gallagher, because like he would start like just reacting to him and doing chants. At one point, Noel called us
Nice.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I was like, I think that is a badge of honor.
There you go.
And then I saw Oasis twice. So the first time I saw them was up at Blossoms. Of course, I have to get good seats for Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
So I got good pavilion seats. And towards the end, they're doing, I don't remember what the second to last song was. The last song they do is My Generation.
Interesting.
To play off. And a couple people had started jumping on stage the song before. And Liam was like, if you want to jump up here, go nuts. So, of course, I'm going to go up there and jump up on stage. I shook Liam's hand. You see Noel walk up to people like, why doesn't anyone want to shake my hand?
Oh, man.
And then, like, Liam turns and, like, shakes his hand. I'm like, oh, it's nice to see them being nice. And then I saw them later on the tour in Cincinnati, down at like one of the theaters down in Cincinnati. I'm just blanking on the name of. So they're getting into the set, and Liam is very clearly getting annoyed by something. They started a Wonderwall, and about one chorus in, he walks off stage and starts yelling at someone. And then comes right back, and they redo the song. Then they're playing Songbird later, and again, like one song in, like he bolts off stage, and like it's a little louder, and like Noel comes with the mic, it's like, hold on a minute, Liam's just being an asshole. Like Liam like walks back on stage, grabs his monitor, like his ear monitors, and just chucks them into the crowd. And it's like, let's go. I'm like, I had to see a Liam Gallagher freak out. This is just as good as singing show.
There you go, man.
Have you seen, and I don't know if it's actually recent, but I've seen it a couple of times recently. It's Liam Gallagher being interviewed by a classroom of like 7 or 8-year-olds.
I didn't even see this.
You haven't?
I haven't watched it.
Oh, man, it's good.
Just, I think that one of the standout questions is they're asking about the band he was in, and he's like, yeah, I had a brother.
Have you ever seen the Liam Gallagher TRL interview?
I don't believe so.
Oh, this is legendary. So very clearly Liam does not want to be here. They're getting ready to promote Standing on the Shoulders of Giants, and it's like the last time they're ever on MTV. It's like, how you doing, Liam? It's like, godlike. It's like, how you feeling? Godlike. And then he walks over to the window that they had at TRL and stares out the window the rest of the show.
Oh, man.
Oh, no.
It's great. It's hilarious.
Classic.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
I mean, that one's my husband, so he kind of...
He was forced in. Yes.
I'm
Well,
legally
no,
obligated.
he is a fan of Oasis, and when I mentioned that, I was like, I don't know enough Oasis. He's like, I'll do it. I'm like, cool.
Oh.
But no, thank you for coming all the way down here to Delaware.
Glad to be here.
Appreciate you coming on. If you would be willing to come on another episode, what band would we be discussing?
I could do a lot. Like if you're like, oh, any like mid-90s like alternative band, I can probably wing my way through.
So I was thinking, like, you're a fan of the Foo Fighters, right?
Foo Fighters I could do, like I'm a massive Nine Inch Nails fan, Smashing Pumpkins, any of the Seattle bands I can get through. Like I still say it's like I'm just gonna put this on camera so it's on here. Me and Adam need to do a Beatles out.
And that would be a lot of fun.
Yes.
So I'm perfectly willing, as long as Adam is. It sounds like
I think Adam will be fine with that.
Where can people find you online?
That is a good question, and I'll let them know later.
Okay. I'll put the socials down below if you give them to me. And of course, you can find
currently at DJ Nate.
Yeah.
WWCD.
All right. And AJ, where can we find you on social media?
On social media, on Instagram, I am AJ the Ward, at AJ the Ward. It's the only social media I have. And on SoundCloud, if you look me up on SoundCloud, I'm AJ Ward 2, but my URL has AJ Ward 3 in it. I can include a link, believe me, somewhere in.
You can't. I can.
And
that will be at my discretion.
I will.
I'm just kidding.
I'll ask. I'll see if I can't convince old boss lady.
Well, it has been great hanging out with the two of you and talking about Oasis. Every week on Collected Works, we will be talking about a different artist's complete works. or band, either or, playing a few songs from the albums, a couple of songs from the albums that we discuss. You can find us right here on YouTube. Make sure you like and subscribe. Also have some other links down in the bottom for things that you might want to do. You can follow on